Well, it wouldn't be much of a video series if we didn't have some clip of us being in the water. Woo! The water is awesome. You should be here. Hey, Lynn and Joseph are back with our last installment of the boating community that we've been doing in our Hallelujah Life series. So in the last couple of weeks, we've been putting together some videos that are talking about all the different ways that you can own property and what communities you want to be a part of. We've had multiple years in Charleston, and we've had a lot of different communities we've been involved with, as well as helping people buy and sell real estate with that consideration. So we've talked on where you want to keep your boat, the boating community, and this last video on that specifically is about deeper water. If you want to own property that's on the water, whether you have a dock, access to the water, or just a view of the water, understandably that's going to be a premium lot, right? So you're going to have to think about the budget of that, the price of that. Your real estate agent and you will figure that out. The second part of that is if you have activities that you want to do that involve the water, you can also have a community dock in your neighborhood. You also could join a golf course that has it along the water. We've seen those and it looks like a really fun day of golf. But anyway, the things you want to think about are if you want to have an actual dock, and Joseph's going to touch on that, but you want to be really sure about what the water is like around your dock and then getting to the dock. Not only if you're thinking of buying, but if you're thinking of selling your home, you need to be super transparent about that. So someone who wants to have that access knows exactly what they're dealing with as it relates to the tie. So Joseph, tell them a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so once you've identified the type of boating you're going to do and the size of boat and everything, there's really going to be three main categories after that. The first one's going to be the dock, the second one's going to be the water, and then the third one's going to be the air. So what I mean by that is the dock itself. Will it accommodate your boat? If you have a smaller boat that you want to keep out of the water, does it accommodate a lift? Does it have a lift? Do you need to build one? What the process looks like for that. If you have a larger boat that's going to be in the water full time, is the dock built for that, right? Especially if you go into the larger boats where you're going to need full-time electricity. Do you have that run out there? Are you going to need 30 amp or 50 amp? Or do you have the ability to get that to your dock if it doesn't have it? So those are all the things we want to consider once we understand the type of boating that you're going to do. Then once you've decided that the dock fits, you got to make sure your boat can get there, right? First and foremost, can it stay at the dock full time if it's going to be in the water? So is the depth at low tide going to accommodate your boat? And then if it is, we want to look at the waterways getting to your dock to make sure you have full-time access, because there are some docks in some homes and communities that are on the water that can handle the larger boats, but there are times of the day where you can't get out of the community because the creek may be too shallow at low tide. And then the last one is going to be air. For the larger boats or even sailboats, you want to make sure you don't have any bridge restrictions that are going to prevent you from obviously getting to your home. That would be a big deal, right? And that's not just sailboats. You can look at larger boats, sport fish, that sort of thing. So those are the things that we want to take into consideration. That's a general overview of it. But once you've identified where you want to be and the type of boating that type of boat you're going to have there, then we go to work and make sure we do all the research and help with that.
Perfect. Yeah. So at the end of the day, this series is all about exploring when you want to buy property in Charleston. There are a lot of communities you want to consider that you want to be involved with. So stay tuned. And if you've missed it, we're going to put our information up there to follow us on YouTube. We also have newsletters and blogs as we talk about other real estate things you need to think about when you're buying and selling. But stick with us on the Hallelujah Life series, because we're going to touch on more communities and the things that we've enjoyed. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Have a great day. Talk to you soon.